Hello everyone, my name is David. I'm a life coach. I help people heal, recover, and grow from all kinds of different trauma. Today's video is about going no contact, breaking up or no more talking to our abuser. Vital for survival, right? People ask me, should I go no contact? That question is just sad. When it's that bad, survival has come down to that. And you ask someone else if you should do it. So, just going to go over, I made several videos about going no contact. For those of you who have followed me for years now, know how strong I am about no contact, right? It's just like, should I stop shooting heroin into my arm? Yes, you should stop that. Should I stop contacting my abuser? Yes. As sad as that is of a question, I have to answer it and tell you, yes, stop contacting your abuser. The way to heal from emotional pain is to understand it, okay? So I'm going to give you some reasons why we should go no contact. 8 good reasons. And I got this off another source, and there's a little trick to this at the end, a little catch here that I want to show you. For one, you'll be healthier, right? Remove toxic people out of your life. Stop being abused. Stop being hit or being told you're a bad person or being lied to, deceived, betrayed, cheated on, gaslit, all of those things, yeah? Being ignored. You'll be healthier, right? Big time. You ever heard your biology, or how's the saying go? God, I knew I was going to screw this up. Your biography becomes your biology. Your life becomes your body. Your body reacts to your life, big time, especially stress. Jeez. First sign that a child is being abused or neglected at home is headaches and stomach aches right off the bat. And then as you get in adulthood, you have migraines forever, or you get fucking tumor, or you get heart disease, you get stomach problems, ulcers, yeah? All kinds of intestinal problems, you guys watching, huh? Right? Man. Number 2, you'll reduce your risk of death. It's killing you. Negativity kills. Depression, anxiety is contagious. Somebody telling you you're a horrible person, you're stupid, you're ugly, you don't know what you're talking about, will kill you. It's killing you. That's your environment you want to live in. Think of the worst, nastiest environment to live in. You can start seeing how that would kill you, shorten your life. It'll literally reduce your risk of death. Number 3, you will be more likely to keep a job. So this is something I teach people a lot, and people really need to know this. Your brain keeps work and personal life separate, and that's why we can't mix the two, because our brains can't do that. We have a separate part over here that controls our emotional life, our relationships, our love life, our romantic life, and then we have a different part over here that controls our work life and day-to-day activity. They're totally separate, totally. And that's why when we do mix the two, we start having problems. We start messing up at work and problems with our personal life. And you'll say that. You say, don't bring your personal life to work. Don't bring your work life home. So if your emotional life is failing, it'll eventually seep into different parts of your life, and your work life will fail. Okay? So you might lose your job, and you might care about your job. You might have gone to school for several years and tried really hard to get this career, and you don't want to lose it. And you might if you don't fix your emotional life, if you don't get rid of your abuser. Number 4, you will preserve your relationships. You can preserve your other relationships in your life if you get rid of your abuser. Because when you are dating a narcissist or borderline or sociopath or psychopath, an abuser, someone who's oppressive and exploits you, you cannot maintain other relationships with other people. Either they just won't allow it and tell you no and forbid it, or they sabotage your relationships and tell these people in your life you're a horrible person and you beat them and abuse them and lie to them and cheat on them. Or just the constant toxic fighting, they get sick of it. Or you just get so sick, you just become a horrible friend. Number 5, you will have more money. I say this all the time. You guys talk about red flags, what to watch out for. Financial abuse or exploitation, because it's 97% involved in all abusive relationships. 97%. That's almost every single abusive relationship there is on the planet. There's also some form of financial abuse or exploitation. And it always, 100%, always is first in a relationship. It's the first type of abuse. So you will probably have more money. And that might even take you a while to realize, like, yeah, no kidding. Right? I dated a girl who she was so proud that as I take care of her, I don't have to spend much. She doesn't care that much about I don't have to get my nails done, and I don't need my hair professionally done hardly ever. So I'm cheap for you. She was so proud of that she doesn't need a job, and she's just a girlfriend. I take care of her. But doesn't cost me much money. Oh, sure. Yeah, until you need to go to the hospital and you don't have insurance and I pay $10,000. Thanks for saving me money on the nails. And I could get way more into that. You will have more money. Number 6, you will gradually regain the ability to feel real, authentic emotions once again. So important. You will gradually regain the ability to feel real, authentic emotions once again, because when you're in an abusive relationship, you're just reacting. And as it becomes codependent, you start to feel the way that they do, or they feel the way that you do, or both of you just kind of have your own separate weird little feelings together that you would never feel if you had any kind of or any sort of autonomy. So if I'm in an abusive or just neglectful relationship, it feels like crap. And if we don't change it immediately, well, then we have to start lying to ourselves, and we have to start telling ourselves it's not that bad so that we don't feel that bad. And so we lie, we ignore, we suppress, we numb out. We might do drugs, have different addictions. We might drink, we might, become sex addicts. We might start cheating. You might just a numerous amount of things that we do besides feeling those bad feelings all the time. But now once we get rid of our abuser, we can start feeling real emotions again. Okay? Because if you're numbing emotion, you're numbing emotion, not emotion, not one single emotion, all of emotion. Antidepressants. I don't know why they call them antidepressants. I mean, they shouldn't. I know why, because why else do people want to take something that makes you not feel anymore? Because you don't like how you feel. You're not taking it because you're happy. You're taking it because you're depressed. And so they call them antidepressants. And it makes you think that we're numbing just depression out. No, you're numbing out happiness, joy, excitability, arousal, these things. Gone. And so you do that when we are in a bad place for a long period of time that we don't feel like we can change. Hopeless. And if you stay in it, then you must not, you didn't change it, you didn't stop it. So once that's gone out of your life, you can begin to feel real emotions again, authentic, ones that are really you, organic, right? Really how you feel. Well, that'd be nice. That means happiness. So you get rid of your abuser, and then you can be happy. Wow, how that works, huh? Don't know what other more reasons you need than just that to be happy. Number 7, people will like you better. Right? Think of somebody that has no interest in life. Literally, no interest in life. They're depressed. They say life sucks and I don't do anything. I don't know. No, I don't do nothing. What do you like to do for fun? Nothing. What do you do on your spare time? Nothing. I watch TV. I sit in bed. Right? Well, if you're being abused and neglected, believe me, you aren't much more fun than that. People don't want to like you. You aren't, if you have no interest, you're not interesting. Yeah? If you're being abused, people aren't really going to think you're so great. You aren't at your best version of yourself. That's for damn sure, huh? Number 8. And now I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. I thought this was interesting. What I have done, and I'll read number 8 in a second, but what I did was I looked up reasons to quit taking drugs if you're a drug addict. And it led me to narcanon.org, to 8 reasons to stop taking drugs. I thought that was amazing. The same applies to going no contact with a narcissist. It's the same thing. And what does that tell you? It's an addiction. It's a pure addiction, because once you take that away, there's nothing left. Nothing. And for those of you who believe that you love someone who hurts you, you're very confused. You're just as confused as a drug addict. Okay? Number 8, using drugs is dead-end activity. Dating narcissists is a dead-end activity. No meaning, no purpose, no growth, stagnant, stuck. Why do you feel like you wasted so much time? Because you didn't go anywhere. I thought this was amazingly interesting. So, I want you to understand what's going on when you're sitting there battling with, should I go no contact? I want you to know why it's hard. And first one is it's an addiction. That's why. And your brain and your thoughts is not you. So the part that wants your ex back who hurts you is not you. The part that says, oh God, stay away from that person, that's you. That's yourself. Start being in tune with that and see the difference. Know the difference. So you don't keep listening to this thing. So addiction, what happens? What happens? We're not just addicted because it felt good, because it was so good sex. Not just that, okay? A dependency is the good and the bad. Our brains get addicted to the high and the low. To shoot heroin in your arm, and it all goes away, and you wake up in the morning. To get really plowed drunk, and to wake up with a nasty hangover the next day. To gamble and win, and keep gambling until it's all gone and you lose all your money. To have sex with somebody the first time, right? And then they tell you, I hate you, or maybe by the 100th time, it doesn't really work anymore. Not so great with that person anymore. And on and on and on and on and on. So we become dependent to the rise and the fall. And what's going on chemically, because these are chemicals in our brain, okay, brain chemicals, hormones. Hormones are chemicals. And there's 4 called happy hormones: endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. These are happy hormones that our brain uses to keep us alive and procreate. Okay? When we have a huge void in our lives from not being loved enough as children, and we meet somebody that raises those 4 hormones like crazy, that fills our void, and we think this is the most amazing thing in life. Okay? And eventually those go down. They go down naturally. Or in a toxic relationship, they go down when they criticize you. They go down when they walk away for no reason, when they silent treatment, when they discard you, when they are cheating on you, when they're lying to you, when they're yelling at you, when they're triangulating you and bringing up different people, making you jealous and envious. All these things, threatening to leave you. and then coming back, and then saying they hate you, and then saying I love you, and saying I love somebody else, and saying you're the only person in my life for me. And this shrinks and swells your amygdala in your brain, okay? And this is what we become dependent on. Now you've done it so much, it's over. The good really doesn't even work that well anymore, and you're depleted in all of these hormones, and you're just like a junkie, just an emotional junkie. It's important to know this. Number two, you also lost yourself, okay? So you aren't just a 40-year-old American with nice shaved head, okay? You, in here, you have opinions, you have wants, you have needs, you have feelings, and I hope there's some things you really value in this life that are morals, okay? Because what's happened in this relationship is you stopped saying your opinion. He or she didn't care what you wanted, so you stopped asking. You threw out what you needed a long time ago and compromised that, right? You stopped telling them how you feel because you got sick of them saying you're over emotional, highly sensitive, blah, 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 blah. And all these morals that you value, you had to get rid of those to be with a piece of crap who lies, cheats, steals, gaslights, projects, triangulates, silent treatments, and discards you. To allow someone as close as possible as they can get to you to disrespect you, to be disloyal to you, to have no integrity, no honesty, you had to throw all that out of the window, and you lost yourself. And that makes it real hard to make a stance, to quit an addiction, and to say no to a drug with a mouth and hands and get you back. Number three, for the same reason you got involved with someone like this is the same reason you stayed with them, which is also the same reason that makes it real difficult to keep them out of your life, and that's called shame. Shame and guilt. And if you didn't already have enough to get involved with someone like this and ignore red flags, now you have a whole lot more for allowing someone to treat you this way, to talk to you that way, to use you, exploit you, abuse you, manipulate you, talk bad about you, then you still have sex with them, right? Low self-worth. We ask ourselves every day, is my life worth more than this? And how many days have you answered back, no, it's not? We're going to go no contact today because today we're going to answer, yes, it is. My life is worth more than this piece of crap who doesn't think I'm a human being. You lost yourself because they never looked at you as a human being. Look at you as an object that they can exploit and use and abuse and throw away and come back and pick you up when they feel like it again. So my suggestion is that you outweigh, instead of asking me, should you go no contact, why don't you figure it out and write out the pros and cons, okay? I gave you some cons. I hope that you can come up with the pros, okay? I actually, there were some pros in here too, weren't there? Commit to this. Commit by yelling it to the world and tell everyone in your life. And try to not be so ashamed and guilty for doing this 10, 20, 50 times already. You tell people if they care about you that you're serious this time and you need their support and their help. Invest in this as much as you can, and you find 100 different ways to go no contact. And ways that and things you can do to help that. There's a million things you can do. Okay? If you care about yourself, you'll find those out and do them. And number three, you better make some drastic changes. Because if you don't change the choices you've been making, you're going to find yourself in the same place. So now's the time to make different choices. No matter what you do, it better be different. Okay? And if you can't do this on your own, get help. Okay? Get help. Get help, get help, get help. For all of you that want coaching, you can find me at daviddemars.com, or go find another professional to help you, and you call upon everybody else in your life for support to be there for you, okay? Hope this video helps. Please, all of you, go down below and offer more suggestions, more reasons to quit your abuser, okay? I'll put a link down below for the reasons I read and from narcanon.org. Thank you, guys. Love yourself first, okay? I'll see you again later. Bye.